SpookTober. Remy!
It's spooky time, y'all. It's spooky
Remy,
time.
you did a good job with the intro.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I was like, I gotta pull out the big stops. It's Halloween time. I gotta go all in.
Yeah, we're getting close. My daughter's birthday is on Halloween.
Oh, nice. Lucky her.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
That's a heck of a birthday.
Yeah,
I know.
And my dad's birthday is like 2 days after Christmas. That's
Really?
also fun.
My birthday the day after Christmas.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's funny. That's really funny.
I'm born on the 26th.
And I'm a summer baby. My birthday is the 8th of July. And when I was a kid, a lot of places do the fireworks and picnics and stuff like before the 4th. So as a kid, in my mind, it was like everybody's doing this for my birthday.
That's a cool way to think. I like it. I can dig it.
Yeah. My birthday's 9 days after yours, Doris.
Say that again, Remy?
Summer babies are the best.
Yeah, I said my birthday's 9 days after hers. So.
Oh, cool.
July 17th for me. So, where do you fall, DJ? Where's your birthday at?
Beginning of April.
Lame. No, I'm kidding.
It's nice around his time.
Are you an April Fool?
April Fool.
Nope.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are here again another Thursday. The Sci-Fi Nerds are back.
Audio was cutting out on me.
Uh-oh. It might. I don't know. Mine might, but if I am, you guys just take over. So I apologize.
Sound fine to me.
Yeah, it sounds fine.
Okay.
Usually just tries to keep up with itself or something like that.
Okay, cool. Well, we are back with a brand new movie review, and today we are reviewing The Predator. Remy, this was a movie that you picked, but before we get into that, I am one of the hosts. I am Donald.
I'm Remy.
DJ.
Doris.
And we are the Sci-Fi Nerds. Hey, Adrian. How are you?
Howdy.
All is well. He had a birthday yesterday, actually, so that was cool. Happy birthday again, Adrian. Let's see. You need me to do a screen share, Remy?
Not yet. You can do it when we start reviewing.
Right. Remy, this is SpookTober. This was your choice, your movie. Could you tell us why you chose The Predator?
Simple. It's Predator. I mean, what else is there to say? It's Predator. It's a good movie. It's a damn good movie. Like, it was difficult because there was a bunch of other movies that I wanted to do. There was a movie called Attack of the Block that I recently saw a few months ago that I really like. I was going to pick that one. It was going to be that or The Fly or Predator. Those are like my three choices. I was like, see, I should have done The Fly for that reaction. But I was like, nah, some of these people got kids. And there's a lot of sex in The Fly, so I'm just like, maybe we'll just keep it to the violence.
You know what? The Fly is a great movie, but it was very. They did an excellent job on it. It was sad. It was graphic, and some of those parts where you feel so much pity for him, but there's crap dripping and stuff, and you're like.
I didn't feel bad for him at all. No, I'm kidding. I felt bad. A bit. It wasn't until he actually turned into like a full-on fly. I was like, oh, I feel so bad. Never mind. Kill it. It's too much pain. Kill it.
Yeah.
Well, I will say, Remy, you definitely not only did you pick a good movie for us, but you picked a great movie for the viewers and the audience that is watching, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen this film, and we like to call these throwbacks.
Yeah,
and definitely a classic. So I definitely had fun going back rewatching this film. I really, really had a lot of fun with it. And this was one of those movies where I didn't have to see the Predator all the time. And when I'm watching a film like this, that's what I love about these movies. That if the story is good enough that can keep me engaged, then I'm fine. So I thought they did a really, really good job. They had a lot of good balance, and so I was really, really excited about this. So we'll go ahead and get right into the first question, Remy. We'll start with you, then I'll come to you, Doris, and then I'll come to you, DJ, and then we'll just keep going. So, Remy, based off your opinion, describe the setting and the tone for this.
Uh, I think the setting works. Like, I think the setting helps the movie kind of picture that kind of like horror feeling to it in some of the scenes because basically this is like a horror movie / action movie. Like, I think it's a horror movie like appearing as an action movie, and then as the film progresses, it starts to become more of like a slasher, which is why I think this movie works so well, is because you think you're going into it thinking, okay, Arnold's in it, you have all these buff dudes running around with big guns, big explosions, so it's obviously going to be just action oriented. But then as soon as they're done with that whole ambush on the enemy, the predator starts showing up, and you're like, oh, who's this? Like, what's going on? Like, what is this? Well, of course, you already know what it is. It's an alien, since they show you the spaceship in the beginning of the movie. Hacks. But But then, like, as soon as the predator starts showing up, you're like, oh, now what's going on? There's somebody new entering into the fray, and now they have a new enemy on their hand. And I kind of like the fact that in the jungle, they're like by themselves, basically. It's just them and the predator. So they're like, they're like being picked off one by one, like a slasher movie. So that's why I think this film works so well, is because it like manages to play with like different tones and different genres and be able to like mix them all together. Movie that like is this awesome. So
Yeah, I agree with you, Remy. I thought the build up for this film was done really, really well. Like, you wouldn't see the predator right away. You can kind of, see through his lens and see what he sees. But they did a great job with the build up, and that's one of the things that I loved about this film. So I thought the setting and the tone was very well balanced. And like you said, Remy, getting so many different genres in one film, it was great. So I definitely love the build up. I'll come to you, Doris. Based off your opinion, describe the setting and tone for the Predator film.
Oh, setting and tone. Well, you're introed in that there's special ops going in for this and that and the other thing. And if you look at today's, I thought it was kind of funny. I've seen it many times. Like you said, it was a throwback, but I thought it was kind of funny that at one point he mentions expendable, and I'm thinking, there's another funny one, the Expendables. I'm thinking, wow,
I know, I thought that too.
There's a hidden gem. I was like, okay, so you go in thinking it's going to be this military movie, which me, I love it anyway,
right?
And then you start to realize there's more to it, and Billy was just great. He's like your everyday perfect tracker, man. And he's like, sniffing him out. And even at one point they said that nose of his. And I'm thinking, this is perfect, and then you realize, so it goes from like a reality special ops movie to a sci-fi movie. So for me, it's the best of both worlds.
Yeah. Awesome. What about you, DJ? Based off your opinion, describe the setting and tone of the Predator film.
So, despite the fact that the movie takes place in a jungle, it's very claustrophobic.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, that's really good, DJ. I didn't think about that.
Like, as I was watching it, it really hit me this time, just because of the fact that once the Predator shows up and starts hunting them, it really closes in and shrinks the area that they can maneuver around in, because they don't know where he's coming from. So like every angle and stuff is a potential attack point, and they can only see so far, especially at night and everything. So yeah, that's what stood out to me.
Yeah, that's a really, really good point, DJ. I watched the whole film, and not one time did I think about that. So that's a really, really good. That's really good. You hit the nail on the head with that one. I'm going to come back to you, Remy, with question number 2. What was the turning point for you in this film, and why?
I think the turning point for me was like when the Predator like first attacks them, like when he like first like kills Hawkins. I feel like that's a turning point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, poor Hawkins, but like whatever. Like the Predator was probably getting tired of his jokes, so he's just like, okay,
Whatever he says.
I feel like he was just getting tired of Hawkins like talking a bunch of garbage. So the Predator was just like, you know what, I'm gonna do you all a favor. Come here.
Yeah, I'm gonna eliminate him for you.
I'm done with this. So I feel like that's the turning point because none of them had died beforehand. They were all fine. And if they did get hurt in the beginning of the fight, they just brush it off, like with Blaine, where he's like,
Yeah.
hey man, you're bleeding. I ain't got time to bleed. Like, okay. Like you're already like, oh, okay. So none of them are gonna get hurt. And then when Hawkins dies, you're like, oh shit, never mind, they can get hurt. Okay. Now we're screwed because now they're starting to get picked off one by one. Especially like when Blaine gets killed, that's like another part of the movie where you're like, oh, okay, so any one of these guys can die then. Like even if like you're the toughest guy in the team, Predator doesn't care. You're just another object or just another opponent for him to take out. So you're just like, oh, so we're screwed then.
I blame
You need Jake the Snake.
Yeah, that's right.
Is Jake the Snake.
But I blame Dylan for
And
everything.
Okay, and I know I'm totally like jumping.
No, that's not
point here.
Jake the Snake. Jesse Ventura.
Not only is Jesse Ventura, yeah, but he had the snakeskin band, which was a tribute.
That was
too.
cool. Yeah, that was.
I was never big in wrestling back then, but I knew he was. Yeah.
Yeah, two different guys, but.
I know what it meant to say. I was never into the whole wrestling thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Unless it was like.
Yeah.
Just in case anybody in our audience isn't familiar.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
I blame.
Don, I have some pictures too, man. Like I have the slides open. Yeah, you can start sharing them.
Boom.
There we go.
Yeah, I blame Dylan for everything because he wasn't honest with Dutch. He lied to him, and I thought that was one of the turning points in the film.
He is CIA, so.
DJ. Yeah, he was very very dishonest with him. So now we're out here in this jungle, with DJ claustrophobic jungle, pretty much, and now we're getting.
Oh, you have to use the one picture where he gets his arm off, practically.
Yeah, why not?
I think that was one of the turning points, and then, like you said, Remy, when Hawkins, when he end up going, that's a cool photo. I like that.
Yeah.
The outro to the movie was good as well. It was really, really good as well. But I thought that was one of the turning points for me. Is when Dutch finally figured out that Dylan was not honest with him. So now they're out here in this jungle on a mission that they weren't even supposed to be a part of, and that ended up turning into a lot of his men losing their lives versus something that was not man. And Billy said it best. Billy said it. This ain't no man we dealing with. This is something else. So like film for me. What about you, Doris? What was the turning point for you in the Predator film?
Turning point. We all know what happens. I think the turning point for me that got it is I loved watching the progression, like you said, with Billy, where he knows he's just starting to see the telltale signs that they're not dealing with guerrillas, they're not dealing with rebels or anything. There's something, and you could almost he was actually probably the best supporting actor because he didn't come off as this almighty tracker that could, I smelled it, he was out of his league and he knew it. He admitted it. This is no man. We're all gonna die. When he says we're all gonna die, other than Arnold, they all die,
Yeah.
So that was the turning point when Billy is still alive. And he says, those key lines, we're not dealing with a man. We're all, you see him just standing there, staring at the trees, and he knows there's something there, but he can't put his finger on it. that's when this is very real. When you sense it in his emotions and his acting that he's out of his league. This is over his head too, and he knows it.
Yes, Doris, that's a really, really good point that you made. But I liked his temperament in this movie. Billy, I liked his temperament. So he definitely was one of the best supporting actors, especially supporting Dutch in this film. It was really awesome to see a character like Billy in this movie. DJ, what about you? What was the turning point for you in the Predator film?
I think it was when we get essentially the first glimpse of the Predator after the group takes out that base, and the Predator walks up to the Scorpion, picks it up, and you see its hand, and it's like,
right,
okay, what, like the first time you see that, you're like, okay, what are we dealing with here? And so it's like, okay, what are we gonna, what's gonna happen next? And so that gives you that first glimpse of like, okay, obviously, it's humanoid, but
it's not human.
Yeah.
You're like,
so
it's bipedal. That's about as much as you can get.
And so and then from there, that's where Billy starts sensing something's out of place, and then one by one he starts taking them out.
Yeah, I would say that is a really scary scenery to be a part of. Something's picking you off. You can't see it. It can see you. It's tracking you, and you have no idea. And I think I wasn't sure if it was Mac. Maybe it was Hawkins. It was somebody who, when he had the body tanking upside down, they were all just skint, like completely. That was, gosh. And I'm like,
guys,
okay,
if you see me leave the screen, it's because I'm gonna go upstairs and smack my husband for his comment.
Well,
that's my husband. We're talking about Billy because he was no Chakotay.
Nice.
I don't like it. No.
And the other key factor too is when that adds to the scariness of the Predator is when Zane dies and they level the jungle in front of them.
Yeah.
They're unloading everything.
Oh yeah,
and you just see a couple drops of green
He's
blood.
walking around with a Gatlin, man, just shaving it, man.
So
the
fact,
one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah, the fact that they wipe out that whole area with like everything, grenades, chain guns, and all that, miniguns and everything, and the only thing that you see as a result of it is a couple drops of green blood on a leaf that only the girl finds. It's like, okay, what? What the heck, man? What is going on here?
I love the logic of that scene where it's just like, what the hell is Max shooting at? Who cares? Just shoot everything.
Yeah, man. Hey,
right, but you do know why that happens, right? Why they unload so much arsenal and they don't really hit him. Because at
just
that
like
point, they
immediately.
don't realize he's going aerial. Well, no, they don't realize he's going aerial at that point. So they get him in the leg, but then he goes back up into the tree. So they basically blew off all their rounds for nothing, because had they known that he would go skyborne, then they would have got him, but they didn't know. So they went man level, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, because they thought that they were still dealing with gorillas.
Yeah, they didn't think. They didn't stop to think. Oh yeah, we're dealing with an alien now, not a human.
That's definitely not the best place to be with something like that. I mean, just picking you off one by one, that's not the best case scenario to be in, and I definitely don't want to be in that situation ever in my life. Remy, I'm coming back to you. Outside of Arnold Schwarzenegger, who played Dutch, who was your favorite supporting character in the Predator film?
And that's hard.
I would say I liked Billy, and Mac is like right there. He was awesome too. I really did enjoy him. I like Mac as well. I did.
Yeah.
And I can tell he was really upset when they lost one of their guys, and that really bothered him. And but he had an attitude like he was always ready in this movie. So, but Billy was awesome, man. I just liked his demeanor. He was just cool. He was just cool, and he was off in his own world. And it's one part that Doris you mentioned already when they was talking about his nose, and he was just staring, like he knew, like it's something out there. And look, I am in no shape, form, or fashion. I can take this thing on. We can take this thing on. He was like, yeah, we all gonna die, basically. But those would be my two favorite characters in this film.
Yeah, I would probably have to say maybe I would probably have to say Billy and also Hawkins, just because I thought some of the stuff Hawkins was saying was actually kind of funny. So I was like,
Wasn't he the one telling the joke? He told the joke to like two different people.
Yeah, no, he kept
yes.
telling the
He was telling Billy, trying to get Billy to laugh.
Yeah, he was just trying to get him to laugh.
He finally did.
Yeah, he did. And then right after that, Predator was like, man, that's not funny. This kills him. It's like, poor comedy. You gotta die now. Predator was the he was the audience for that stand. Like, so I'm like, gee, so like, geez, you got a big. Predator's just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
oh, you got jokes now, huh? Kills him.
Billy was the man.
Yeah, but I like the Billy because like everybody's saying, he knew. He was like, listen, y'all don't understand.
There was something, but he didn't
not
know, and that's
human.
Yep.
We're doing something that's far beyond any of us.
Yeah.
So we're all gonna die. So we need to get the hell out of here and just run. Get to the chopper, and we need to leave.
Chopper!
Now.
Chopper.
We need to get to the chopper now. If you don't leave, we're all gonna die. And I like the fact too that Billy like kind of like stood his ground for like about 5 seconds and then he dies.
Man, I you know what? I was caught in the rock and the hard place because I really wanted to see what happened to him, but I liked him so much. I'm like, you know what? I don't even care. You know, I like it.
It's just funny to me because Billy actually thinks he's going to do something, and then Predator's just like, man, get that little kid shit out of here.
I'm holding a thought.
Kills him.
Go ahead, Doris.
All right, say it.
Okay, so this is a thought I had that the other night after watching it. So when Billy knows that he's got to stall for time while Arnold is getting away with her, Billy is standing on the log, if you will, and he takes off his gear and he comes down and he just pulls out his knife. And he's standing there and he goes for non-machinery, goes for like a melee combat. But all you hear is him scream, blah, blah, blah. You don't know what happens. I'm going to fast forward to the end when Arnold's going with him. You see the Predator take off his helmet, throw down his stuff, and he goes for melee combat with him. Makes me think that did go melee with Billy and just beat him. You don't know if he was shot or not. You just know he's gone and you hear him scream. So at that point, the Predator realizes, because at the end, he honors him by dropping all weapons and goes hand to hand.
Yeah.
Which is what Billy tried to do. Billy had the knife, but it was more of a melee combat than it was pew, pew, pew. So I wonder, my mind being what it is, did the Predator, when Arnold did it, when he realized Arnold was unarmed, did he take Billy's steps and say, this guy wants to go melee? Because Arnold didn't disarm, he was disarmed. Yeah. But Billy did it first. So did the Predator learn from Billy? You know what I'm saying? It's not coming out right, but do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I would think he did. Like, my interpretation of it is just like he got the knife out.
He had no weapons.
Yeah. Well, I think when he fought Billy, I think the Predator noticed the knife. He was like, okay, so he wants to go hand in hand. Okay, then. So then he like extended out those blades on his armor, and then that's when he fought Billy for a couple seconds, and then eventually just killed him. Like I think he honored that because predators usually do that. Like if a opponent wants to go hand to hand, the predator will go, all right, fine then. I won't use my gun. I'll just go hand to hand with you. And then we'll go it that way. Like in Predators,
Right.
there's a fight scene between a predator and somebody who's holding a katana, and the predator is just like, okay, fine then, let's do it. So like he extends out his huge blade, and then they both go at it. Because predators, they're all about honor. So I don't think it would be very honorable if the predator was just like, nah, and then they just like shot him. I feel like predator would engage a little bit of fighting, and then eventually just kill Billy because I'm sure the predator was probably still invisible.
He did.
And then eventually just killed him.
There'd be no honor if he did an Indiana Jones and went boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I think a scream like that would come from a melee combat than him getting shot or something like that because he let out a loud scream. So something had to happen as far as melee or hand-to-hand combat goes. So, and Doris, I'm gonna stay right here with you because I do want to ask you, outside of Dutch, who was your favorite character in the Predator film?
Oh yeah, hands down, Billy. Hands down. I loved him as a character. Some of them were, they all had good parts and important parts, I think, because like a good special ops team does, you have your ammo, you have your lead, you have your this, you have your that. That special ops team, each one of them had a specific trait that they are good at, and that's what a special ops team will do. They'll assemble the best attributes of each person. Not everyone is all big buff and and I'll beat you, I'll eat your face and stuff like this. Every one of them had an attribute to contribute. I like that, but out of all of them, I love Billy. I would have liked to see more, and I agree. Yeah, I agree with my Nick, and his comment says Billy needs a backstory movie. That would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be awesome because I really enjoyed his demeanor. I love his temperament. And he wasn't like out of control. He was more like on the calm side. But he was distinguished from the other characters. Everybody had their own personality, their own qualities about them. But when I was watching it, I was like, yeah, I really like this character. He really stood out to me when I was watching it. So big shout out to Billy. Now I'm coming to you, DJ. Outside of Dutch, who was your favorite character in the Predator film?
First would be the Predator.
Okay. That's a good answer. I like that.
Cool, badass. I mean,
I'm not going to vouch you. Because I was thinking about human characters. If I was going to go with anybody else but Dutch, I'm like, yeah, it's Predator. It's my favorite character.
And then, secondly, I appreciate Dylan. I know he starts out as, the kind of off-putting a-hole kind of person and stuff. And obviously he's not telling the whole truth to the group and everything like that. He's got his own, agenda.
Right.
But when it comes down to it, he steps up.
Yeah.
He doesn't try and run away. He doesn't try and blame anybody else. He's like, no, we're all in this together. I got us into this mess. I'm going to do my part. So.
Yes, sir. Good deal. Yeah, he does come around. So he definitely not good at holding the hostage though.
No. Or much of anything.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, he was terrible at keeping an eye on Anna. I was just like, why are you in charge of her? Why is nobody else in charge of her? You have no idea what the hell you're doing.
Yeah, he had no idea because he was so focused on being with the group and being with the team. And like DJ said, to Dylan's credit, he doesn't run. He does step up and he does have a sense of urgency because now he realizes, what's going on. And so, he wants to be there for his team, but he definitely don't need to be holding nobody else's at all.
Yeah.
Remy, I'm coming back to you. What was your favorite fatality that came from the Predator?
Ooh,
favorite fatality.
That's a good one. Well, let's be honest. The Predator has a lot of good kills in this movie.
He does.
Don, that has to be your best question you've ever asked on any podcast. What was your favorite fatality?
That was probably favorite fatality for him.
I can't. You.
Oh gosh.
I think I would have to say his fatality on Mac was probably my favorite.
That's what I was gonna say because like he was having a seizure when he was done with him.
Yeah, because like it was funny to me because like Mac was like so stern that he had the Predator in his like grasp, and he was like, "I'm gonna score to settle. I got this guy where I want him." And he's like literally crawling under the logs. All of a sudden, you see that the target system, and it just goes. Like goes up right up to here, and then boom, right through the head. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, he moved his head into the path.
Yeah. His Predator was just like, I love the fact that Predator 2 was like right above him. So he was just like looking down at Mac the entire time and was like, all right, let me target this. Easy. Bam, they got him.
Yeah,
I like that fact because like plus it had some nice score effects too. Even though it was kind of strange, like he blew almost the entire backside of his head off, and yet when you see Mac, it just looks like it was just like two little short lasers through his head. And I'm like, first of all, there should be way more damage than what you're showing right now.
Yeah, Remy, what more you want?
I want more damage. Give me more of the blood and guts. But anyway, but like that to me that was my favorite fatality of the Predator.
That was my favorite one too, Remy. I agree with you because as I was watching, I was like, man, the way that Mac goes out, I was like, that's my favorite. But leading up to that, Mac had a really, really cool scene when he was with Dylan and he was just pointing like, I see you. That was really, really cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And Mac really wanted him. Mac was like, he got to score to settle. Dylan was like, no, I got to score to settle. So it did turn out well for Mac, but that was one of my favorite fatalities in the Predator film. Now I come to you, Doris. I have to ask you this question. What was your favorite fatality from the Predator film?
Finish him.
Favorite fatality? He knew it was coming. I love the Predator at the end. He knew he was going. Boop, 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 boop. And he just starts laughing. He's like, I'm gonna take you with me. And Arnold realizes what's going on. That was like poetry right there.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Maybe not the right way, but it was poetry, man. He's like, I'm gonna go in style.
Honestly, the Predator was laughing. He was like, huh, you beat me. You human actually beat me. Good game. Goodbye.
The world, I don't even know how he read the timer. I just would have took off immediately. I would have been gone.
I know. I was like, as soon as like Predator starts putting in that thing, I'm like, nope, I'm done. Goodbye. Because I'm like, that literally looks like somebody about to put in the time code for a bomb, and I'm like, nope, that's it. Goodbye.
Oh, and by the way, this is a stupid fact because you know me, I always look too far into it. We keep saying the Predator, and they are an actual species, an actual
they're called the Yaksha or something like that.
Jayuta. It's Yautja, very Spanish, where the Y's and the J's are pronounced differently, but they're an actual species.
Jayuta? Is that how you say it?
I was interested in that.
No, that's cool. That's a cool fact.
Yeah. No, I know about
you have to look it up for the phonetics, but that the Y is pronounced with a J.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I did not know about that, but I was
because I figured because you have
the Predator, and I'm sure if you look in, there's got to be.
Yeah.
There's got to be like a series or a comic or something where he probably has a name.
No, he is. There's like different factions, I think, for predators. There's like the hunters. Mm-hmm. There's I'm trying to remember. There was like the berserker predators or something like that, and predators. Yep. There was the hybrid predator or something like that.
My son can tell you.
Yeah, no, like the predators actually do have different names because I remember in the Alien versus Predator movies, the various predators do actually have names. I think one of them was like named Wolf or something like that, and then I forget, and I don't know the rest of them. I think Scar was another one. I don't know. I could be making stuff, but I know they also have names.
My 13-year-old loves Predator, and he has like all the figurines, and there's like one that's almost like could be comparable to the U.S. military, depending on what terrain they are doing their hunting or fighting in. They're dressed for that. There's one that's almost like cityfied. There's one that's forest. There's one that's desert, and their armor and their tactical are set up for that terrain that they're hunting in.
Yeah, because I think because like in Predator 2, that Predator, that Yacht or whatever, he has a different selection of weapons than this Predator in this movie does. Yep. Like he's got those spinning discs and he's got those nets that like sort of tighten around his victims. Mm-hmm. So he has his own like again, they all have their own various sets of weaponry, and even in Prey, he has different weapons in the movie too. Like he has the spear, which is like more of like a primitive, I guess, version of what we see in this movie, because it's like way back when, like in the 1800s or something like that. It's like when that.
Yeah, apparently they've been on Earth for like several hundred years.
Yeah, I want to see I want to see a Predator go to feudal Japan. That would be badass, and have a samurai fight. I want to see that so bad.
Could you imagine a Predator in samurai armor?
Oh my god!
I just got goosebumps on that one.
So did I.
Yeah, they'd be unbeatable. Jeez! Oh my god! The thought of that is cool, Dora. That's a cool concept. I wonder if we found some concept art like that.
No, I'm sure there is. There has to be.
Jeez,
there has to be, or
if there's concept art of female predators, there has to be a concept of a predator in armor like that.
Jeez, yeah, that is insane.
Feudal Japan with some. Oh my god, I can almost see it. Oh.
Yeah, but DJ.
Hey, Kaiju fans, Mr. Trey, how you doing, brother? Man, you need to stop it.
Trey, get out. We're done.
DJ, how about you? What was your favorite fatality from the Predator film?
Poor Dylan gets his arm blown off, and then as he's standing there trying to get the other machine gun, just watches as the Predator's just running around him before running up to him and just gutting him.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
So, and speaking of like awesome concepts for like a Predator story, a squad going up against like a hostile planet. So like you got like a group of 4 or 5 Predators, but each one's like a specialist in something. Like one's a heavy, like the tank, all the heavy armor, biggest guns and everything. You got one that's more of the scout, lighter armor, sniper rifle type gear and stuff.
A platoon.
Yeah. Dropped on like an alien planet trying to take out like some.
Or like fight the xenomorphs. That would be badass. I would love to see that.
You can't beat that. There's no way.
Yeah, no, and exactly. There'd be no human characters, none at all. It'd just be us focused on the Predators fighting the xenomorphs. That would be amazing.
Or some other alien race.
Who wants human interaction anyway?
Exactly. I'm like, I want to see the yacht just throw down, y'all. We can see the Predators go. I'm thinking about it. It'd be funny if the Predators are just like, all right, so what alien race are we taking on now? They're called the Exilians or something like that. I don't know. Let's just take them out.
Predator versus the Borg, man.
Oh, God.
Jeez.
Imagine they do like a Predators versus the Exilians, and then you're like, oh, wait. Crossover between Predator and Godzilla. What?
Oh, man.
Cool. That would be leaning into that. They like take on King Ghidorah or something like that, or Gigan at one point.
Man.
Space Chicken.
Exactly.
How do we know Space Chicken didn't come from their planet? Come on now.
Yeah, that's my boy. Space Chicken, my boy, man. I like
Predator versus Jeepers Creepers. Ooh. That's actually not a bad idea. I like that. That'd actually be kind of cool. Fight this.
Yeah, that'll work.
Predator versus Michael Myers. No, I'm kidding. No. Michael Myers dies immediately.
Multiple times.
Multiple times.
Borg.
Dang, I gotta look up. They did that kind of Godzilla Dark Horse comics. Yeah, I figured. I feel like they have because like I know that there's the Godzilla Xenomorph hybrid and the Kong Predator hybrid that are out there as the figures that I think Matt Frank did a picture of. So I know they're out there.
Oh,
Yeah, did you not know that, Doris?
I did not know that, but I'll have to ask him.
Yeah, Matt Frank did a drawing of it.
Yeah, this is. Oh wow, that's an awesome photo that you sent, Doris. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's dope. That's nice.
I just looked it up and it popped right up. So
Let me see. Oh my God, that's beautiful.
yes, isn't that gorgeous?
That is magnificent. We need that.
For those that can't see our chat, yeah.
Give it to me
I
now.
found
Give me a movie of
a
it.
samurai predator.
That's so badass.
Yes.
It looked like a master predator.
It does.
That's like one of those ones that if you saw that coming at you, you'd be like, nope, nope, nope.
Yeah, I just immediately give up. I would just drop my weapon and just go, you know what? Goodbye. Have at it, man.
I asked them, can I join them? I'll help you kill people. What do I need to do?
I'm gonna help you kill people. Like, I be a servant, man. Hey, can I go into predator culture, bro? Can I be a part of that? Can I you train me?
Can I be like your caddy and choose your weapon?
Actually, that's actually true. That's actually a true story. There's a comic I think where a woman actually gets integrated into predator culture.
Oh wow,
that exists. Good. Yeah, it does. There's I think, right, DJ? Isn't there something like a comic or something like that?
Yeah, I think it's actually part of the novelization for the Predator universe.
Yeah, I'm about to say it was that exists because I've seen art of that character.
They implemented it into a graphic novel too, but I think it came from the the novels first.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, that exists. There's a movie about that.
I just had another crazy idea for a good crossover.
I want to hear
Predator versus the Guyver.
Oh wow.
DJ. Oh, that would be. No. I've lost it now. Oh, that would be so badass. Oh, that would be so cool. Oh, that would be so good.
Oh man.
It needs to be in anime form. Anime form would be so good.
Yep.
Would have assimilated the Predator. No. God, imagine that.
That would have been ugly.
You know what? No, I got an even better one. I got a better versus with the Predator. Predator versus critters.
That'd be like him just fish in a barrel for him.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it'd be kind of funny. It would be funny if the Predators were just like, man, these actually make pretty good pets. Can we keep them? And then just have the critters as their little pets.
I'm sitting here. I'm imagining maybe that's what baby predators look like. They got to be born or hatched somehow. Rolling around.
Little spinning balls. They have them on.
Yeah,
they have them on a leash, like a bunch of hounds. Go on, sniff them out, boy. Got the critters on leashes. I'm trying to find the human. And go on.
God.
Go on, sniff them out. What you got there?
These are awesome. All these ideas are awesome. Awesome.
It's great.
And that's how we achieve the title Nerds.
Yeah, exactly. I feel honestly, after Predators and Critters crossover, I just go, all right, that's it. That's it for cinema. We're done. We're complete. We've already done it. We've done it all. We've matched everything we need to do. We're done. No more.
I agree, Remy.
But remember, what about another Godzilla movie? No, we're done. That's it. Critters and Predator, man. That's it. We're done. Goodbye. I'm out.
I mean, you can't go wrong with them. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
And think about it. If we're getting really off the wall and goofy, if Predator had pets and they had to have a pet that matched their attitude, it would be a fucking chihuahua.
It exactly would be a chihuahua.
It would be a damn chihuahua.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Or the Pomeranian
Okay.
from Blade 3.
Yeah.
Oh God, not Blade 3.
Oh my god.
I can see a predator carrying around this little foo-foo thing, you know?
Oh boy. This is
If
awesome.
you guys need to check out some of the robot chicken sketches they have of the Predator. They're freaking funny.
Oh no.
There's one where they have like the Predator's like doing like real estate or something like that, and he's like, "So let me just get your code right here, like real quick." And he's like, "Okay, let me type that in." What happened? Why am I full screen?
You are the center of attention, Rems.
I guess. Okay, fine. All right, fine. I'll just go with it. So
Keep talking, buddy.
like
That's
doing-
all
okay, fine.
it is.
And I'm back at okay, fine. But anyway, they're like doing like real estate or whatever. He's like, "Hey, let me get your pin real quick." So he starts putting it into like his number, and then like a female predator like walks by, and they like both get distracted. And then one of the predators looks down and is like, man, I set the bomb off. It's about to go off in a bit. I'm sorry. I'm so embarrassed." And the other predator is like, "Hey, man, happens all the time." He starts running away while the other guy in the background just blows up.
Well, they also had another one that was a blind date ripoff, and it was an alien xenomorph going on a blind date with the predator.
Yeah.
And at the end, they end up fighting.
Oh,
my
no,
It's so
no,
good.
no.
It's so funny.
Oh boy.
Predator versus Master Chief. Ooh. No, I got a better one for you, Trey. Predator versus the Doomslayer.
Ooh.
That. My money's on Doomslayer.
Well, wait a minute. Time out. And I'm not a
Go on, Doris.
I'm not a gamer. Forgive me on this.
It's fine.
But Predators versus Master Chief, isn't that another Dutch? Isn't it fucking Dutch?
I don't know.
Isn't that their names?
I'm
from
not-
I don't know
that?
much about Halo.
Master Chief is
Yes.
a character,
Yeah.
so he's
Halo,
like the,
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, he's the main character from
Right.
the Halo series. There's like other squadrons and stuff in the
Right,
universe.
but-
There's Spartans, but
Wasn't
Master
there
Chief,
fucking Dutch?
I don't know about any other characters. I just know.
No. I don't really think Master Chief really has a name. Does he? Isn't he just called Master Chief? Or does he have a human
What?
name at all?
I think
What
it's
am
like
I
John.
thinking of?
Or something
like
My oldest son was a gamer.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Master Chief would be cool.
Now I got to look this up because
I
my
think Doomslayer
son
would be
did a
even
cosplay of him years ago. So.
More awesome.
That's cool. That's awesome. Awesome.
You got another question for us, Donald?
Yeah, but no, I was so in tune with the conversation.
No, I know.
Well, here's a little fun fact. Jean-Claude Van Damme was the original
Yep.
actor for the original suit actor for the Predator, but they
Really?
wanted to have somebody more intimidating for Arnold, so they got a different guy.
Yeah. They got Kevin Peter Hall instead to do a Predator. Yeah, I heard about that too, DJ. They originally were gonna have him be the Predator, and the Predator design looked way worse than this.
Yeah.
It looked like a freaking crawfish on two legs.
Yeah, they had to get Stan
Adam.
Winston to come in and help with the redesigns.
Yeah, and they had him like in a red suit running around the jungle. And they looked at the footage and they were like, "Oh, this looks like garbage." They were like, Stan, buddy, come here for a second. Do you think you can help us out with this? Yeah. And another fact too is that James Cameron actually kind of helped out, or didn't really help out, but he kind of like gave Stan some like influence on the Predator's like face, because I think James and Stan were like on a flight together, and James was just like, you know what, I want to see something that has like mandibles. I feel like that would be an interesting idea. And Stan Winston heard him say that, and he was like, add mandibles. He was like writing it down on like a little note. He's like, mandibles, cool. So that's what kind of like influenced him to give the Predator those mandibles on the final design was James Cameron.
Man, he is so ugly. He is.
Yeah.
He is.
He's got that sideways mouth thing.
Yeah.
Sideways.
So hello. Come on.
That's how the predators talk.
Oh my gosh.
The little man that was going at it.
Oh boy.
And of course, the guy who voiced Predator
You're right.
was Peter Cullen.
Exactly what it looks like.
Peter Cullen did most of the vocals too for Predator, Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime, though.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Doris.
What is Don losing his crap?
He's laughing at your puppy. He's laughing at your puppy.
Nah.
At your dog.
Doris, he got the sideways mouth.
What?
Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Okay. We gotta keep it together. All right, Remy.
And you know it for being out of line. Okay.
What was your takeaway from the final sequence between Dutch and the Predator?
That's a good one. I feel like this end fight between Dutch and the Predator, I feel like is the most memorable moment of the entire movie. This movie has a lot of memorable moments in it, but I think the fight between him and Dutch is like the main takeaway, just because of like the fact that we get a good look at the Predator, we get like good look of all, you get a good look at his design and everything like that. Not to mention we have like Dutch actually using his head instead of like just relying on brute force. He's like, all right, I gotta plan this out. You see him like, and also there's another cool thing. Yeah, I know I had to add it in. There's another funny thing where it's like there's a good contrast between the Predator and what Dutch is doing before the final battle, where you have the Predator kind of like feeding his ego, where he pets the skull, like he adds it to his collection, so he's kind of like patting himself on the back, so like his ego's starting to get to him.
Yeah.
Well, Dutch is just like, all right, now you're gonna get serious. Now I need to like start creating a bunch of weaponry and traps in order to like get him to come over here. So now it's kind of like the Predator was like kind of like acting egotistical. He's like, man, I got this. So he kind of was like underestimating Dutch in the beginning. He's like, man, this will just be the same as the others. But then as soon as he gets there, he's like, wait, hang on. Hang on, wait, this is BS, man. What the hell? I was doing this stuff. I was the one being invisible. You're not allowed to be invisible. I'm allowed to be invisible.
Nah, you're right, Remy. You're right. Especially when he climbed down that tree, when he was by that tree.
Yeah, he was like,
I was like, oh crap.
Crawling down like that behind Dutch. But like I like the fact too that we get a good like in dive about what the Predator is about, where when he like grabs Dutch by the throat and he has him right there, you think he's gonna kill him, but he's like, no. You like proved yourself to me, so now I'm gonna take all this off.
Yeah, we're gonna throw some hands.
All right, I'll put him up then. Let's go.
And when he stuck his legs between his neck, I was like, oh god.
Yeah, he did, which is interesting to me because I'm just like, there's no way the two blades fit like that. So I think they like extended out in order to fit around him.
Yeah, if you look closely, it shows that they widen out.
Okay, I was wondering because I was like looking at it clearly. I'm like, okay, so they do extend out, which is interesting. So I was like, huh.
Yeah, it's not on screen for very long, but
yeah, no, I get you. I just hate that if it's not a conversation Predator won't attack you. They could have just dropped their caching and walked away. Yeah, but Trey, the most important thing, plot. We would have ended like 30 minutes earlier. We need plot, Trey.
Yeah, no, Trey's got a good point.
No, he does. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just saying that the reason why it didn't is because plot.
But you got to no. But it also feeds off of the truth of man's arrogance.
That too. Yeah, but I like that end finale where
it's just you get a bunch of guys like that. That's arrogance.
Yeah, no, of course. No, I'm not saying it's not going to be arrogant at all. I mean, like, of course there's going to be some level of arrogance with them, but like,
and yes,
I do like
right.
that.
We need, as my Nick says, shit blowing up.
Yeah, I do like that in finale though, where like Dutch like has the Predator down, and yet he doesn't even kill him. He just throws the rock away, and like he doesn't finish him off. So like I feel like the Predator kind of takes that as an insult. Also, he's like, oh, okay, so I'm not worthy of like finishing off. Like, come on, do it. Like he wants to die an honorable death instead of like going back to.
Good spin, Remy. I didn't think about that. That's cool.
Yeah, because instead going back to his planet and being wounded, because then that's dishonorable to the predator culture. So they're like,
Right.
well, you don't kill me, then I'm just going to blow myself up then, because I'm not going to die like that. I need to die with some honor intact. So I'm going to give you some time. But good game, though. Good game. We'll try this next time. Goodbye.
And there's a lot to be said about that, Remy. If you think about it, now I want to do more research, because that has a lot to do with feudal Japan. Because in feudal Japan, they'd rather commit suicide than be taken out. It's dishonorable to be defeated. So there's a lot of Japanese influence in that.
Well, Doris, I'm curious to hear from you then. What was your takeaway from the final sequence between Dutch and the Predator?
Well, it didn't dawn on me till just now that I would have to say, because the more, with everybody else's input, you put it together, that the Predator had one last thing up his sleeve. He'd rather die taking someone out than be defeated.
Right.
So you know me and my love for the Japanese culture and stuff like that. So that actually makes a lot of sense why he would rather commit suicide than be taken out. So that was kind of cool. So I'll have to, my final take on that is, yeah, that's kind of cool. That's actually, I'm going to have to do some read. I would like to, you know me, I pick crap apart, and now I want to look into it to see if that's where it came from. And now I want to find out more about the Japanese versions that I'm seeing, if they're spin-offs, because now I'm like, the spidey senses are tingling on that one.
I like that. What about you, DJ? What was your takeaway from the final sequence between Dutch and the Predator?
Just the kind of the mind games that both of them are playing with each other. Dutch setting up the traps and coating himself in the mud and everything like that, and coming up with more primitive weapons compared to what he was using earlier with the spears and the spear grenades and things like that. And the culmination that they're throwing their best weapons at each other, but then it comes down to a fist fight essentially, and Arnold quickly realizes that he's way outmatched for that, and and the Predator just toys with them, going back to the arrogance that Remy was talking about. And so Dutch is like, okay, well, I got this one last trap. I'm going to try and get him to walk through the spikes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, the Predator's huge. So, he almost falls for it, but then bumps his hand against it. And realizes what Dutch is doing, and decides, okay, I'm going to come around. And you can see the Dutch is like, well, I'm screwed. Until he remembers that he's got the big log hanging up in a tree.
Yep.
Wow, push.
So, it was just a good back and forth.
It was, and I really enjoyed that last sequence, because it wasn't boring at all. It was straight action all the way through, and they got a chance to set their differences aside by combat, and not by the Predator actually, shooting him, or he's shooting at the Predator. And it was a point in time, going back to what you said, DJ, when the Predator grabbed Dutch and picked him up by the neck. I didn't realize how much bigger he was, because the Predator wasn't on him like that the entire movie, like any other characters. And when he picked him up, I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Like, he's pretty big. And one of the things I don't do when I'm watching movies, I find things funny that maybe shouldn't be funny. But when Dutch was resting on that dirt and he heard that Predator splashing that water, I don't know why I laughed, but because I was just thinking, like, no way he's going to swim. I was like, I'll just stay in the water. And all he was, and then he had to get up, and that's when he had to camouflage himself. But the last sequence was pretty cool. So I had fun with it.
It went from a true firearm battle to a psychological warfare type of thing.
Yeah. And I like that fact, where like it makes the movie like smarter than like you could give credit for. I want to know also, I do really like that. I find it funny when Dutch grabs that log, that like little log thing, is like about to hit the predator with it, and the predator just like breaks it.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, bad idea. And the predator
Yes, yeah.
backhands him.
Bad
like,
idea.
Get out of here. Like I like that.
I got two things I want to squeeze in real quick. Remy, how did you feel about the design of the predator, and what was your favorite attribute the creature had?
Yeah. It's the predator design, man. Like, it's a classic monster design. Like, it's just Stan Winston, sir. Rest in peace, Stan Winston. You, sir, did a lot of monster movies. A great tribute.
This
man.
design was ahead of its time to me.
Yeah, this design was great. The Alien Queen that he did, all dinosaurs, Jurassic Park. Like, he's like done Terminator, for God's sakes, Terminator. Like that, he did so many great designs, and this is just another one that like I feel like is just great. Like whenever I see a Predator done in like CGI, I'm like, damn, because I'm like, I want to see the practical suits. Like whenever I see a Predator in a practical suit, I'm like, yes, that's how it should be, because that's just what made it so iconic in the first place. That it was just like this actual handmade suit, puppeted, and like all this stuff that like it makes it more memorable in that way. And my favorite attribute of the Predator is probably like I don't know. I guess I would say I've always been a fan of the two blades that like come out, because like those to me are like always been awesome. And I love the design of them, where they're like jagged or not like these clean blades.
They're serrated.
Yeah, it is very serrated. Exactly. Thank you, Doris. Thank you for the vocab check. I was like trying to think of the word. I always love that. Like I always love the sound they make when they come out, like that sound.
Yeah.
It's just like like it just
true steel.
It do something to you. Yeah, you said it perfectly, Doris.
Yeah, exactly. I love that.
I like the heat-seeking helmet. That's pretty cool.
That's also cool. Yeah, the helmet again.
Yeah,
it's also really cool looking helmet. Exactly. So,
Doris, how about you? How did you feel about the design of the Predator, and what was your favorite attribute about the creature?
Design of the Predator couldn't be more perfect. They made him just alien enough. Attribute-wise, I actually really respect the intelligence they gave, even though he didn't have the knowledge of what he was hunting. He was on another planet. You go forget about any backstories. He was ejected out of his thing onto this planet, and he was looking for formidable foes. That's why he didn't go after people that weren't armed. There's no sport in it. And like my husband used a lot of Trek references, but we are big Trek people. And if you follow it, there's a species called the Hirogen. Right. That's all they do is hunt. And there's no honor in killing a disarmed person. There's no sport. That's like you or me swatting a fly. Yeah, if you're looking for a true opponent, you're going to look for somebody with the skills. So I love the honor that they gave him of choosing his opponent, and I love the level of intelligence where he was trying to make the words and stuff like that. That it was definitely something that can still, even in the future, progress into something that there's so much that we could build off of with it. Attributes, honor, and intelligence.
Yeah,
that's a really good answer.
Also, Alex, I like your man. I love the mandibles.
The mandibles of the design. Yeah, that was awesome. DJ, how
and
about
the dreads? The dreads do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say. Yeah.
I had a friend who had dreads, and I would always like think of him as a Predator.
Not too many people can pull off dreads.
DJ, how did you feel about the design of the Predator, and what was your favorite attribute about the creature?
Predator's always been one of my favorite movie creatures. Just the whole get up that they have, and the fact that it could be modified in so many different ways and stuff. And how everything interconnects too. So like it's not voice command, it's brainwave. Like it's his mind that's controlling the laser guidance and manipulating everything around and stuff. So And as far as attributes go, he's I agree with what everybody else said, but he's also resourceful.
That's also true. Yep.
Very.
He figures out how to use the environment to his advantage. He he does a med kit on himself.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, like that.
And he turns thrown traps against him.
Oh yeah.
And
he uses his vision well too. For his benefit, because he's able to see him, and they're not even able to see him at all. So
yeah,
that's a pretty cool attribute as well to have. But everybody gave tremendous answers. They were all good. Final question, Remy. Out of 5 stars, how do you rate this film?
5 out of 5. It's a 5 out of 5 movie, man. Like, I don't know what to tell. Like, I'm sure a lot of people are going like, oh, what a big surprise. It's 5 out of 5. Well, yeah, it's Predator. What am I going to give it? Like a freaking 2? It's great. It's a great movie. And this is like probably one of the better creature films out there. Like one of the better alien movies out there. Like
it was an authentic film.
Exactly.
Authentic.
Yeah. Like I think almost like this is like one of those movies where like everything like seemed to work out like well for it. The cast worked out, the setting worked out, the music,
the scenery.
Yeah, the scenery, the effects, the design of the Predator itself, like everything about it. I felt like this is great and it's good. And it's just like a classic movie that if you have not seen, what the hell are you doing? Why are you watching this podcast? Stop watching this.
Where have you been?
Where have you been? We've been on a rock. Over and over. I can watch this over and over again. I'm with you, Remy. I give it a 5 out of 5.
Yep.
Like I said, that's my take on it. The characters was good. The story was good. The biggest thing that I enjoyed the most about this film was the build-up. The build-up was perfect. The movie went at a great pace. Wasn't too short, wasn't too long, and I was able to get action out of it. I was able to get emotions out of it. And Mac displayed a lot of that. I feel like he really, really did. And then we got different personalities in this film between Mac, between Dutch, between Dylan, between Billy. So everybody did a great job in this film. So I give it a 5 out of 5. What about you, Doris? Out of 5 stars, how would you rate this film?
Oh, definitely a 5 out of 5. A lot of movies, when you have like different species and stuff like that, they either do it in a retro setting or a futuristic setting and stuff like this. This was a time frame that was literally now. They took a now situation that is definitely plausible and put in this variable. So that's what I like about it, is that it's relatable because it's something that could truly, it's plausible, put it that way. That's the best word I can use. Military situation, guerrillas, world affairs, blah, blah, blah. Enter in weird alien. Holy crap. So yeah, definitely a 5 out of 5.
What a good answer, by the way, Doris. What about you, DJ? How do you rate this film out of 5 stars?
5 out of 5 as well.
Yes.
5 out of 5.
We got a clean sweep for the first time.
There we go.
Yeah. And one of the things that I really appreciate is that they made everything look lived in. The Predator, with all of his future tech and everything, looks well traveled. It's not, pristine. It's not like he just bought it off the shelf and
it's dinged up, messed up, abused. Yeah.
And even their gear, like Dutch and his team when they first arrive, like, they're all suited up and everything like that, but it doesn't have the creases like it was just taken off the shelf or anything. Like, it's their gear, like what they're used to wearing and carrying around on them and stuff. So I thought that they did a really good job with those kinds of aspects and making a rubber suit look like real flesh.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. Everybody gave tremendous answers. I thank you all for being here tonight. Nick and Serge, we definitely miss you guys tonight.
Serge I also want to say that for Serge, he says that this is his favorite Predator movie also. So
Okay, good deal. So we got a clean sweep, 5 out of 5.
I'm gonna guess it's a 5 out of 5 also for sure.
That was awesome. Last Thursday when we talked, I spoke with you guys about us reaching our goal of 500 subscribers. So those who are watching, those who participated, who's in the comment section, thank you for subscribing to the channel and thank you for supporting the channel every week. But last week when I spoke to you guys, I believe, 2 weeks ago, I believe we were at 456.
Somewhere around there.
As of right now, we're at 475.
Yes. Yep. We're almost there. So close. Come on.
We've been getting new subscribers every day.
Nice.
So, sometimes we get 1, 2, sometimes we get 3 a day, but and they're going back and they're watching the podcast. They're watching a lot of the reaction videos that we've done. And so it's been really, really good to see this happen. So, and we've been doing this for a while now. So it's really, really good to see the progress and see how far we've come and how hard we've worked. So I just want to let each of you know, including you, Nick and Serge, how proud I am of you guys for hanging in there with me and sticking this thing out with me. So I appreciate you guys a lot because I definitely didn't do this on my own. You guys helped me get what we helped each other achieve this wonderful goal. And so I appreciate it. And that's how I wanted to end the show, by letting you guys know that, update you guys. And so we're getting really, really close.
We'll get there.
We're getting really, really close.
One more podcast, and then we'll get there.
And so, yeah.
And I'm sorry, by the way. I'm sorry I couldn't go live at Scarefest. We could barely get internet on our phones. That place was...
Oh, no.
It was unbelievable. I kid you not. So Friday... I was talking to one of the security guys Saturday night, and Friday alone, they had 22,000 in foot. And Saturday, he told me, he says, I never did find out what the numbers were, but Saturday they said, because they have several different types of passes. There's VIP, there's all weekend, and then there's each individual day. VIPs were completely sold out. The weekends were completely sold out. And the individual day, they actually had to close. They had a line 4 blocks long for 5 hours solid that the hotels in the area were actually calling and complaining because people were blocking their doors and they had to cut off ticket sales. So, and it was greater than Friday. So Friday was 22,000. I never did find out what the attendance was, but Saturday they had to turn people away that had been in line for hours to get in. It was nuts. It was nuts. And I'm trying to get to my phone, and I can't even send a text because I can't get my phone to ping so many people in the building. I could not connect. And I'm going, damn it.
No, you're all right. Don't worry about that.
In Matador, did you have fun? It looked like you and Pam had a lot of fun. So
we were busy.
It was really cool to have her on last week too. I really enjoyed her. That was nice. I'm glad that she could join. That was cool. Y'all are a lot of trouble together. A lot of trouble together, Doris. Y'all stay out of trouble.
That's just it. We didn't have time for trouble. She was handling for one of the people from what is it, Terrifier. And I was working with, she's a handler too. She was working with one of the cast of Terrifier. She's worked with them at several. And I had my people that I was working with and stuff like that. So, literally, other than at the end of the day, we were in the room going, I'm exhausted. I didn't see her at all. And she was literally one aisle away. And other than like ships in the night saying, hey, bye, see ya. I didn't see her. We were that swamped. It was amazing.
Yeah. That's cool. That is cool. Well, we're going to end the night on a high note. I am one of the hosts. I am Donald.
I'm Remy.
DJ.
And
Doris.
And we are the Sci-Fi Nerdz.
Spooky time.
Later.